Hello everybody, welcome back to PadFootTD Games. My name is Zach, I'm the voice behind the icon, and go figure, I'm sick again. I feel like I'm sick all the time. I don't let myself rest, but here we are. We are getting ready for another race weekend. Welcome to another race e-vlog here with American Truck Simulator and iRacing. I have people ask me that almost on the weekly. They are two separate games, y'all. But we're going to be heading off to Rockingham Speedway. That is right. We are going back to the Rock for the first time in a very long time, and we're actually going to be doing a double header at the Rock. We are going to be racing with the ARCA Menard Series East there at the Rock for the ARCA. I think it's like 125, I think. And then we are also going to be racing with the NASCAR Xfinity Series with the North Carolina Education Lottery 250. Keep those names long and complicated, and it'll just get worse. But we are going to try for the double-header weekend. Now, there is a truck race as well, so we don't have, like, a potential to, like, sweep the weekend. But really excited to be back in the ARCA car, and the following week we're going to be going Talladega with the actual ARCA series, so hoping to be able to put out a good run. Our first ARCA race was at Five Flags, and we got taken out, so I'm really hoping for a good show here. With the ARCA East. But yeah, I'm really excited for the doubleheader. Young Buck's going to be on both of the cars, and it's going to be a really good time. Let's head off to Rockingham, and we'll see you guys when we get a little bit closer and get ready for our doubleheader weekend at the Rock once again with the ARCA series as well as the Xfinity series. All right, it's been a beautiful drive getting ourselves out here to Fayetteville. That's what we're going to be using as our stand-in for Rockingham. But yeah, I'm really excited about this doubleheader. And I'm hopeful. Life has been kind of kicking me in the teeth recently with just trying to get the house done, baby's on the way, work, second work, third work, all the things just keeping me on my toes in the worst way possible. So I'm trying. And I know I'm a little late getting this video to you guys for the vlog, but I promise it'll be worth it. Last week, let's see, that was the thing. I was like, what can we talk about? Last week, we had the doubleheader at New Hampshire for the 5th Annual Northeast Classic. We ran with Pass and had a struggle of a race there, but I was still really proud with our outcome. Well, we were able to finish with that 19th place, and then we won the Open Modifieds, which really also felt pretty good. But this week we're going to be with the ARCA car, which again I'm loving the ARCA car, and then we'll be with the Xfinity Series, and then next week it's Talladega, and then we're going to actually run up to for Stafford. Whew, being sick is not helping at all. We're going to go up to Stafford for the Sizzler. So we'll be doing the Open Tour Modified Sizzler race there, 100 laps. You taking a right? Okay. It's like you definitely have a red. I know you have a red. God, that guy just gunned it. But yeah, so yeah, it's gonna be a busy bunch of weeks, and it's going to be exciting because we're going to be doing a whole bunch of other stuff. ARCA is going to be our main thing that we're doing this year, just because, one, it's new and it's fun, but also the schedule's nicely spread out. And then I want to kind of fill in the gaps with everything else that's fun. I know that we've got, like, an Open Modified race with the Monaco Modifieds at Thompson one time, and... What? Headlight usage offense? It's not nighttime. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. Okay. That was a new one. I don't think I've ever been yelled at for not having headlights on. It's not dark, y'all. It's 8:40. Okay, well, feeling sheepish now. But, yeah, just a lot of stuff coming up. And, this doesn't even include... working on the house all the time, and then eventually moving everything into the new house. It's going to be its own struggles, but hopefully we'll have internet and everything set up so I can actually just kind of send this over and get it set up there, which would be pretty cool. Sorry for the coughing. I'm attempting to suppress it as much as I possibly can, but I'm rather sick. Okay. What a jerk. Yeah, it's just a full-size, you know, giant-ass rig. Yeah, your little blinky light means nothing to me. Heck with that guy. Jesus. But yeah, so we're going to be racing a lot here at the Rock this weekend. You know, the 125 laps and then the 250. Is it 250 or is it 200? You know, I can't actually remember. If I could have gotten off the line, I know. I'm also like, holy crap, these guys are flying. I need to update my my coast-to-coast map, because if you notice on the GPS, it says that the speed limit's 22, but it's actually 40, and then we're going to get up to these guys, and they're going to be going 25. What that tells me is that the map is no longer communicating properly, so we're going to get slowed down here, because you guys are in such a hurry. Yeah, let's definitely remember to update that mod before our next trip. But hey, race weekend traffic, you know, whatever. I will say, since this is being filmed after the Rockingham race, I was actually quite happy with the racing I was at Rockingham. I think that there was a lot of cautions in the Xfinity race. But I think overall, I think it was pretty good, so. Do you have a side entrance? This feels like it's going to be really tight. Yeah, there's going to be a back entrance. Again, we've been here once before, so we're here for the tire test. I can't even swing, so good luck, everybody else. Real tight get in here. At least it spreads out a little bit here. But yeah, I'm excited to do the double dip, especially with like my two favorite cars. So it'll be a lot of fun to actually see the differences and see the things that are the same and see how well we can do. I'm gonna attempt to try to get us parked in here a little bit. Pull through and then back up. Window down. And let's stop. Let's see. That's almost there. Beautiful. Just like that. Just back up. And a little bit forward. And there you go. Just like that, like a glove. All right. That's one of the beauties also of getting ourselves down here day of. It is time for us to already unpack and get ready to head out for practice. So let's get ourselves settled in here at Rockingham for this doubleheader, and let's get going. It's gonna be fun. All right, we are settled down here at Rockingham and beautifully parked, may I add. Now it is time for us to head out for practice with the ARCA Menard Series. There's like almost there's a pretty good amount of us here. I think 30 something. So that's awesome. I love being able to see high ARCA numbers, especially for like an ARCA East. And it's a no-brainer at the Rock. It's going to be a lot of fun. So let's head out for practice with the ARCA Series, and let's see how we can do. right, back from practice with the ARCA series and feeling pretty good, feeling pretty strong. We were able to get ourselves on the top of the board after a couple of adjustments, which is not a super surprise because we were fastest here in Xfinity when we came for the tire test. So we've got something down, we've got something figured out, which is fantastic. But it's time to head out for practice with the Xfinity series now. Let's see if we can run down the same kind of fast laps that we were able to pull here when we did the tire test at Rockingham with the Xfinity series. Finally, the sun has come out and graced us. Feeling really good in the Xfinity Series, too. We were actually at the top of the charts as well. Not as much of a margin, and I'm actually quite concerned about tire fall-off. So it's going to be very interesting to see how that'll actually translate when it comes to race day. But yeah, I'm really excited for moving forward. We're going to head out now for single-car qualifying for the ARCA Menard Series, and hoping to lay down a pretty good lap, maybe be able to grab that pole award to start in the front row for the ARCA 125 here at Rockingham. All right, back from qualifying with the ARCA Menard Series, and we will be taking that green flag from P1. Feeling really good about that. There is going to be a halfway break before. It's going to be roughly halfway break, actually, I should say, in the ARCA Race. And then, of course, the Xfinity Series will have stage racing. So let's head out right now for the Xfinity Series qualifying here at The Rock and see if we can capture the pole. We did a couple adjustments for our qualifying run. Hopefully they won't bite us in the butt when it actually comes to race setup, because we will be impounding right afterwards. So let's head out for Xfinity qualifying. We'll see you guys in a bit. Back from Xfinity qualifying, and we are also going to be starting on the pole there with the Xfinity Series by 0.2. We were able to capture the pole, so that's showing you the margin. I'm truly worried about our long run speed, but we will definitely see. But it is about midday, and it is time for us to head out for the ARCA 125 here at Rockingham. Very excited to be starting on the pole. Again, a nice halfway break right there in the middle to make sure that we can make any adjustments that we need and get ourselves some fuel and some tires. Feeling real good. So let's head out with the ARCA East Series, and let's see if we can bring home our first ARCA win. That'd be pretty cool. Coming back from victory lane here at Rockingham, but I don't have the biggest time to celebrate. I have to get myself strapped into our Xfinity Young Buck Ford Mustang to try and go out and win this doubleheader today. Not exactly able to sweep the weekend because we did not compete in the truck race, but I am so amped up. We had a very, very dominant run in the ARCA Menard Series East. The car felt like it was on rails. I had absolutely no issues kind of giving it to the field, so I felt really good about that. I have some concerns with my ability with the ARCA car. I don't think I'm going to be as dominant on super speedways. I'm just kind of getting that feel, but we'll find out next week at Talladega. But overall, feeling fantastic. But let's get ourselves strapped in to our Xfinity Ford Mustang for, once again, another race starting on the pole here. And, hey, if it's anything like our ARCA Menards race, we will, I don't know, maybe show a class of the field. We'll see how it goes. But feeling really jived, feeling really good about this doubleheader weekend. Let's head out for 200-plus laps. And it's going to be a good time. It's going to be a good time here with the Xfinity Series. So let's head on out. We'll see you guys afterwards. Wow. What a race. As the sun continues to finally set over the horizon, I thought we were going to end up in the pitch black with no lights. That got really dark there at the end. This race just did not want to end. But hey, we're coming back from victory lane. I will take it. We are 2 for 2 for our races here this weekend at Rockingham. So I count that as a sweep in my brain for the 2 races that we ran. I won't get the broom, but that was fantastic. But, man, this race did not want to end. Starting off the race, I felt really good because we were starting on the pole, but, instantly as we went into turn 1, we lost the lead, and I was like, oh, okay, this is how this is going to go. We're obviously going to want the high lane. Once the tires warmed up a little bit, we were able to move ourselves back to the front, but there was just crash after crash after crash, keeping the runs really short, which was tricky. I will be 100% honest. That was actually very tricky for us to kind of figure out what we had. We were able to get ourselves to lap 60, which was the end of stage 1. Everybody else pitted like at the second caution or something like that. And I was like, okay, tire's going to be a really big deal here, but we were able to get through. We won stage 1, got ourselves fresh tires, went back through the field, a couple more wrecks, got ourselves back up front, won stage 2, came out, we won. We're running stage 3, and this is where we finally had some runs, and we got out to like a almost 10-second lead, and then all of a sudden that got shortened down to about 2 seconds because tires are being eaten up, and then there's cautions for debris and wrecks and spins and one-offs, and it was just like everything fell in line, and then with 20 laps to go, the last caution came out for debris. I decided, I'm going to go in for tires. I know that I can make it through the field. It was like 20 or 30 laps to go. And went in for fresh stickers. Nobody else really came with me, and we were able to push ourselves out front and capture the checkered flag. So feeling really, really good. This is our, we won at Daytona, Phoenix, and now Rockingham. This is our 3rd Xfinity win of the year, and also our first ARCA Menard Series win of the year. So feeling really, really good. Next week, we're going to be heading to Talladega with the ARCA Menard Series, as well as heading up with the Monaco Modifieds up to Stafford for the Sizzler event up there as well. So really excited for what's coming forward, and just really jived after this weekend. But that's going to do it here for us at Rockingham. If you guys enjoy what you saw, we do try to get a video out here on the channel every single day, and we really do appreciate your continued support. But with that, I thank you guys so much for coming out to this one, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.